news coming in of Sanjay Raut's wife, who has been taken in, has in fact made it to the Enforcement Directorate office. Shiv Sena leader Sanjay Raut's wife, Varsha Raut, appears before the ED. She has been summoned in the Patra Chaul money laundering case. Do remember, Sanjay Raut is already in the custody of the Enforcement Directorate in that very same case, and his custody has been extended till about the 8th of August. Those are visuals of Varsha Raut reaching the Enforcement Directorate's office just a little earlier. She has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in connection to the Patra land scam case, and this is there were in fact many. This case has been going on for over 4 months. Earlier on, there was a lot of property that was attached of Varsha Raut. We now have my colleague Saurabh joining us. Saurabh, Varsha Raut has repeatedly been named by the Central Probe Agency, but she hadn't been questioned so far.
Well, yes, I mean, now, of course, after Sanjay Raut has been arrested, the ED believes it's time to question Varsha Raut, who's, of course, Sanjay Raut's wife, and that is why they've been called in. What we've been given to understand by the ED is that they have to question her about certain transactions that have taken place, and it is in connection with this that they've called her for questioning at the agency's office. And we don't know if she is, of course, how she's going to respond to the summons. But yes, she's been called in for questioning, and this, of course, is comes amid interestingly Priyanka Gandhi's support for Sanjay Raut after the probe agency summoned his wife. In fact, the Congress General Secretary had expressed support, saying that Sanjay Raut and his family are being targeted because he's not afraid of the BJP's deceitful politics and fights the ruling party resolutely. So Varsha Raut, of course, the ED says needs to be confronted with her husband as well as some other accused in the case once she deposes before the central agency. The opposition parties have obviously claimed that the ED has been acting at the behest of the BJP to target opposition parties and leaders, while it's been silent in BJP-ruled states where there's absolutely no ED action or CBI action. So that's, of course, the opposition stand as far as these raids are concerned. This is, of course, in connection with the Patra Chaul scam, where, of course, deserving house owners or residents who were promised houses in a redevelopment scheme did not only get their houses, but also their rent that was supposed to be paid stopped. So that is the other part of the story. But at this point, yes, we know that Sanjay Raut's wife has been summoned.
Right, like you did mention, Priyanka Gandhi there pledging her support as well and saying that they were being targeted because he's not afraid of the deceitful politics of the BJP and the fights. Of course, that is how Priyanka Gandhi is showing her support, saying that the only goal of the BJP is to grab power by threats and deceit and trample upon democracy. He and his family, that Sanjay Raut and his family, are being targeted because he's not afraid.